Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be playing with Raticate and Zoroark GX. So this is a deck that I took to a regional actually for expanded, and unfortunately I did miss day 2 by one game. I just played against Dollstall and it is an auto loss for this deck, but besides that, Raticate is a very strong Pokemon. We are looking to use Super Fang. Super Fang for 3 colorless energy is going to put damage counters on the defending Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10. So this deck is actually built to one-shot everything we play against because we are using Raticate along with Hypnotoxic Laser. Hypnotoxic Laser, when we play this item card, is going to poison our opponent's active Pokemon. So when we use Super Fang, it'll put him down to 10 HP, and then the poison damage will knock the Pokemon out at the end of turn. Also, we are playing Shrine of Punishment. This will put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon GX and EX between turns. So if our opponent's active is a Pokemon GX or EX and we use Super Fang, we will be able to take knockouts that way. So we are using the Zoroark GX engine. We are looking to use Trade to help us find all of the pieces we need to use our Super Fang combo. Raticate Beating is also a decent attack. We're also playing a one of Zoroark with Foul Play. This will allow us to copy the attack of the defending Pokemon that our opponent has in the active. Also too, we are playing Flareon for Flare Effect. This will turn all of our stage 1s into fire types. In the regional, this actually became really relevant. I used it for the Zacian matchup, hoping to be able to use Raticate Beating with Flareon in play to take some easy knockouts, but it ended up mattering more in the aggro matchup. It allowed me to copy their attack that does 150 damage, so using Foul Play and hitting for weakness, I was able to one-shot the Alolan Exeggutor and Rowlet. So Flareon is very good, and as long as there are fire weak decks around that are extremely relevant, I will continue to play Flareon. So we are playing a 4-3 Raticate line. The Rattata we're playing is Mischievous Fang. This is the one you really want to have just because, you know, you're not going to use this ability often, but being able to use it every once in a while, it can matter. So we do play this Rattata. We are playing Ditto Prism for Almighty Evolution. This just gives us some flex space for our Raticate and our Zoroark lineups, and then also too, when we need to play Flareon, this will give us access to evolving into Flareon since we don't actually play an Eevee. We are playing 2 copies of Dedenne GX and 2 Tapu Lele GX. So the logic behind this is if our opponent was playing Wobbuffet, this gave us an out to at least finding a supporter. So we play 2 copies because a deck like this, you really want to get as set up as possible, and falling even 1 turn behind is really bad for this deck. So going into our A-Spec, we are playing Computer Search. For the regional, I play Dowsing Machine, and about 90% of the time I wished I had Computer Search because for some reason I started with Dowsing Machine in half of my games and I couldn't even use it. So we swapped over to Computer Search just to get a little bit more consistency. The logic for using Dowsing Machine was to be able to have technically 1 more Hypnotoxic Laser or Shrine of Punishment and so on, but we swapped over to Computer Search just for some extra consistency. We're playing 2 Cherish Ball. This will get us our Zoroarks, our Tapu Lele GX, our Dedennes, just to help us get us set up because we are a stage 1 deck and we do need to evolve. So if we are able to get a Dedenne to find a couple more basics, that is really good. We are playing 1 Field Blower, 1 Great Catcher, 4 Hypnotoxic Lasers. This is our main combo piece to go with Raticate because poison will affect anything, not just like the Shrine damage only affects Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX. Playing 4 Quick Ball, 1 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Special Charge, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Versus Seeker. Our only stain we're playing is 2 Shrine of Punishment. Now we want to use this only when we need to because it does do damage to our Zoroark, so we basically have to pick when we're going to use this. This is one of those last resort cards, especially if we know we can take the knockout and we weren't able to find Hypnotoxic Laser. This is another way we can guarantee that knockout with Super Fang for the most part. Going into our supporters, we play 1 Chloris, 2 Guzma, 1 In, 2 Professor Sycamore, and then our only tool we're playing is Floatstone. We're playing 2 copies of that. Now real quick, I was at the regional only playing 1 copy of Guzma. I had Pokemon Ranger instead of 2 Guzma. I played 1 Guzma, 1 Pokemon Ranger just for the item lock, but I ended up playing against Vileplume item lock more, so Pokemon Ranger became more of a dead card. And also too, it's in there for matchups where you have Pokemon that are basically using Chaos Wheel as an attack, which would stop me from using Special Energy, which is what this deck plays. So, going into our energy, we do play Triple Acceleration Energy. We play 4 copies. This is going to allow us to use Raticate's Super Fang attack with 1 energy attachment. So, it can only be attached to evolution Pokemon, but it does provide 3 colors energy, which is what we need. And then we are playing 2 double colors energy. So I really enjoy this deck. I had been practicing it for a long time, just kind of finding the list that worked for me. This list is very good. It's very consistent. It does have a lot of good matchups. If you expect the meta to be a lot of, you know, Pokemon V, VMAX, GX, EX Pokemon, lots of big prize Pokemon with huge HP, this deck absolutely can demolish them. The Zacian matchups I went up against this deck absolutely demolished them, and we played against a I played against 2 Trebnor decks, the Gengar Trevenant GX deck with Melodic that's very good, and I was actually able to use Foul Play to copy Gengar and Mimikyu's GX attack to buy me some turns, but also being able to copy Trebnor, their attack, to be able to hit them for weakness. Zoroark Foul Play was honestly the real MVP of this deck. So you could argue to play more copies, but this deck is awesome. So we are going to hop into some games, show you some gameplay, and hopefully we will get some wins. I can't remember if I mentioned this, but in my final list for Collinsville, which is the regional I took this deck to, I did play Galarian Rapidash. Galarian Rapidash was a tech for the Shock Lock and Dark Box matchup, preventing my opponent from basically hitting me with special conditions, because Galarian Rapidash stops that. So I did take it out for the PTCGO list, just because I don't expect to play against as much Shock Lock as you would at a regional. So there is that. Alright, so we're going to Ultra Ball. This is not the best starting hand. Go get a Dedenne. Kind of bummed that we lose the special charge, but so depending on if this is like a Charizard build, we're looking okay. Okay, so and we'll use Rescue Stretcher, shuffle the Zoroark back into our deck, and then we're going to Dedenne GX. Sure. Go get a Ditto Prism. And we will pass. The thing about fire decks is they usually take a little more build-up time than your average deck. You could consider them a aggressive tanky deck, but usually they're not going completely insane until turn 2 or 3, so we are okay with that. Okay. Gonna be honest with you guys, we are okay going into double Zork because we are going to quick ball into Tapu Lele, and I really want to get one more Raticate down. So we will search for a supporter. Yes. Go get Sycamore. And if we can take a knockout with Zork, that's fine too. Alright, so trade. Don't believe Flareon's going to be very useful in this matchup. Yeah. Okay. Quick ball. As you guys can see, we are pretty set up now. I mean, we wanted to, we could get Float Stone and then go into Super Fang, Hypnotoxic Laser, but we can actually take the knockout with Zork, which is what we will do. And then we will see what our opponent has for us. So it looks like they aren't going down without a fight, assuming they don't play in or Marnie on us. I did play Marnie in my Collinsville list as well. It was okay, but I wasn't crazy about it, so I took it out. Ended up helping my opponents more than I really wanted it to, so. Ooh. This is actually really good for us because we'll get to take 3 prize cards. Another cool thing about Raticate is Raticate has free retreat, so keep that in mind when you are playing with it or against it. Alright. So we're going to Hypnotoxic Laser. See if we can trade. We don't really need Shrine right now. This will be fine. Sure. Yeah. So we're just going to Super Fang and take the knockout. Super Fang will put them down to 10 HP, and then the poison will get us the knockout. So this deck, like I said guys, it'll one-shot anything. Whether it has 20 HP or a million HP. Super Fang plus Hypnotoxic Laser gets us there. GG. So this is one of those decks too where the way I built it originally was to do my best to make it a deck that didn't mind going first, because I expected to go first a lot. So that's why we played 2 Dedenne and 2 Tapu Lele. the Dene obviously for Day Change, and Tapu Lele to at least get us a supporter. Sudowoodo could get annoying depending on what we're playing against. Roadblock isn't something that this specific deck likes. We need as much bench space as possible. Okay, so we are possibly playing against Rayquaza? Maybe? I guess we'll see. Yeah, it's looking to be like Rayquaza GX, which we do have a very good matchup against. Nope. Okay. Oh, I see. So they're probably going to try Ninja Boy from Ho-Oh EX into Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, I would assume. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're playing Toolbox deck. We'll see. Yeah, Sky Legends GX could get pretty gross. Okay, I see what's going on here. This could actually be a pretty rough matchup for us. Don't want to lose the energy, so we deck thinned a little bit. And I don't quite yet know what the optimal play is, because if they can take out 3 of our basics. So I guess Ditto, because it does give us the option of going into Raticate, but if they are able to Sky Legends GX us for the full effect, they would probably go Rattata, Zorua, and Ditto anyways, but currently their rebirth is not working in their favor, so we are going to try and use this time to at least evolve our Zoroarks, and we'll see what this end gets us. This is actually decent. I would really like a Raticate, so that way we could go straight for the 3 prize. Our limited bench space, though, is hurting us. They got 4 Ho-Ohs. Goodness. So they're bound to hit heads at some point. This is a really neat deck concept. I have to experiment with something like this in the future. Very clever. Honestly, we could win the game just by going after the shamans. Hypnotoxic laser. Yeah. Full bench of what we can have. It'd give us 100 damage, and then the hypnotoxic laser would give us the knockout. Okay. So we have to assume that they are going to get the GX attack. So we're going to Great Catcher. Feel like that has to be our strategy. But Trinity Burn, we'll keep, if they decide to go for Trinity Burn, we will keep that Ditto Prism available for Raticate. So that way we can go down to a single prize. Yeah. This is not great, but we'll see what our opponent has for us. Okay, so it looks like they are going to Ninja Boy. Yup. I assume they are going for Trinity Burn. If not, if they Sky Legends GX instead, that will be good for us. Because then we start putting these Raticates down without any second thought. Otherwise, they're really burning through their deck though. My guess is they're trying to set up an air ho-oh. Okay, so they are GXing. this is fine. Because this opens the door for us. Okay, yeah, so we were still looking pretty good after that. Looks like we are going against Archies. Should be pretty interesting. Kind of scary too, because we don't play Mew. So no Mew can be a problem. We have Ditto here, so we are going to go get one of each. And we'll pass. And we'll see if they are able to unleash Archies on us. Which again is what I'm assuming they're playing. Even the avatar has the Team Aqua on it. Let's see. Yup. Definitely Archies. See if they can get there. Luckily for us, Archies is a deck that utilizes very big Pokemon, and we can win the prize race. Only issue you can sometimes run into is Magikarp Wailord with their GX attack. So we are going to... They did not get Archies. So we're going to go get Raticate. We're going to see if we can get a knockout right here. Quick ball. Don't want to in. Not yet. So we're going to trade wasn't too concerned about the Tapu Lele yet, because our bench space is pretty limited. So we'll take the knockout. Let's see what our opponent can do. Okay. Does this mean they have it? Okay, nope. They're sycamoring. They might be just trying to stick us in the active. Yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. Chaotic Swell. That's fine because we have Hypnotoxic Laser in hand. We can actually Float Stone out of this. So let's see what they got for us. The thing about Archie's is, I mean, when you miss, Archie's ace in the hole. I mean, the deck, I'm not gonna say it falls apart, but all right, so that hurt. So we are going to get this knockout. He'll blow that Chaotic Swell away. Yeah. Alright guys, well there you have it. There is Raticate using Super Fang and Hypnotoxic Laser to get us some really big one-hit knockouts. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the list. Do you feel like this is a deck that can still be good and expanded for actual competitive play going into the future, especially with all the VMAX Pokemon that are looking to take the meta by storm? But appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more future content. But until next time guys, I appreciate you and I will see you later, and keep taking care of yourself, take your vitamins, and I will see you next time.